Hello, good morning. It's Friday, finally, November 17th. So we're in pre-holiday mode. Not sure what to expect. About a 0.80 IV expected range today, so not even a full distribution. And I'm therefore looking maybe at this mean on the S&P 500, 45.25, and see what will happen once the market reaches that. Um, on the daily and weekly, the weekly is the most prevalent, I think, because it's got a lot of threes up here in the tails. So we can put the tails on the chart. Use fib levels, and it's set up to set the fibs to 25, 50, 75, and 1. Okay, up and down. And what that does in effect, it gives me measured moves. So because I'm measuring from the mean to the 3, the 25 will give me half of that. The 50 will give me one time mean to 3. The 1 is from the 3 to the 3. And then the 75 is 3/4. So here's what I was seeing on the weekly for the S&P 500, the SPX. There are a lot of weekly threes stacked. And so our mean is sitting at the first weekly 3. So we might, our first weekly 3 is 45.23, and the last one is a 45.49. So that would go into play with the 45.50, 45.55 strike attempt. Um, Weekly one open, 3. So you can see the price has been trading inside the weekly twos for the last couple of days and consolidating after that huge candle gap up. So definitely looking for the threes to get up back in there today. We're heading that way. The market was just all green just a few minutes ago. It's gone quiet, getting ready to wait for the pre-market. So keep an eye on 45.23, 45.25 for the SPX. The VIX, oh, I'm sorry, over here, yeah, 45.08, 45.35, 45.46. 45.21 is your 45.24 um, mean. So that's going to be the first target. And then the VIX today, I'm expecting a lower VIX. We first have crushed down the volatility, got up to the top one yesterday, right here, turned over, and we're heading to what I believe was the 30-day one, 1371. Looks like they're holding that line at the moment. If it breaks lower, it could go down to 1318. But it might start, bouncing at 1371. So that's down here by my lower one. Anyway, where you would expect to see a bounce for the volatility as they get, trade off of these inside first standard deviations for the various ways that you can configure the ones, which is the big reason you want Jats PT with NinjaTrader, because the NinjaTrader 8 platform or the web, you can do the same thing on the web. You can put these distributions on your chart and draw a specific line. So if you want to see a 2-day or a 2-hour, you can do anything you want. You can put a 60-minute chart up and just track that for your risk, um, and do some amazing things. I'm just showing you the standard higher time frame levels, weekly, daily, but there is a lot that you can do with this, customizing it yourself, which is why you would want JATS PT versus just getting an overall bullseye or, broad view generally of what your expected ranges are. So just having an expected range level in itself is nice, but it's even better when you can make the range print differently. So you can print 5 days or um, 1 month or 30 days, 1 week or 7 days, things like that. 5 days, 7 day. When you have the actual indicator, so that and calculate it from the session open and close. You can also run the calcs again on the website, so you can access JATSPT anywhere you are with an internet connection and change the distribution on the internet on the fly. So if you're traveling at somebody's office and you pull up a chart and you want to see where you are inside the daily range, you pull it up right on the internet. So, I mean, that you can't get any cooler than that. So, um, don't forget, there's the bonus with chats. You can access it anywhere. But definitely the NT8 platform version has the market analyzer that the web interface does not, cannot do that with Java. So this is the premium where you can import these levels and have them at your disposal at any time, so you can see, if I've broken a monthly range, where is my next range that I'm going to try to move things to, for risk and or target to trade to. And you can set these market analyzers up many different ways. I give you these templates with different settings already configured for you. Hourly ranges, what do you expect your volatility to be on an intraday hourly, hour by hour basis, 1, 2, 3, 34, 68, 95% of that time frame range, whether you're in low volatility, medium volatility, or high volatility. I mean, I sit and stare at this particular market analyzer all day, and I have templates set up with it also on the chart, so I can see the 1, 2, 3 during that hour where we are in the distribution, because it works the same. And when we get to the point of understanding how to use the power of these bell curves, when it leaves these first standard deviations on these time frames, that's when the magic happens, because that's when it's moving directionally to a higher time frame, 2 or 3. So here we left the 1, we go to the 2, and then go to the 3. Depending upon volatility, and I can put that oscillator on the chart as well and see whether the slope of that range is rising or falling, contracting or rising, and that's the PT2 oscillator. And this slope, the 30-minute, will tell us what's going on. Let me open the chart up. There we go. So you can see it's falling. So the range is contracting as we're getting into the higher levels. So you can see here the range is expanding and price is coming down. So we are contracting, which means that the price is going to drift up into these levels. And more likely than not, I do not like selling low vol on range contraction. And that keeps me out of bad shorts. Yes, the bar is red. Yes, it's going down. Yes, maybe you have a super trend, but I don't care. You're in low vol and going down. I'm not going to do it. When there's better setups, wait for the vol to be rising, and then price will be going down, and you'll have a more successful time at it. So once you understand how to use the oscillator with the location of your trade, trading off of a 1, going back into the middle or the other side, getting that coast to coast, now you can visualize it and see where they are, and try to do things like that. And even on these higher time frames, if we can get engaged at the weeklies or monthlies, even better, because that is where your longer term inflections start and end at, right? So get accustomed to thinking like a quant. Where are your inflections going to be? You can put your own indicators on here, so you can use your own Fibonacci or your own VWAP or your own whatever that you also rely on, market profile. There's many profile traders. So gap fills, I love trading the gap fills. Be aware of where they are, and just trade this like, as a range, where the range might start and end at. If you're in low volatility, it's going to stay inside the ones. If you have a medium or high volatility, that's when it leaves and goes outside. And you can determine that by your threshold. If it's below the the 10 and going short, you do not want to go short, right? So anything, like, you can have rules for yourself. Anything below a certain level, and if it's going, sloping down, I'm not going to take a short. You can set that up in your algos. If it's going above the 10 and sloping long, that's when I want to go short. You can create an algo just to do that in that one condition. You know what I'm saying? So having your volatility threshold with your slope um, is why this is so valuable for you. And you can put the volatility slope on the website indicator as well, um, by adding another instance and going in and choosing the volatility oscillator, and say daily, use higher time frame, or we'll just use the chart that's on the screen. I think this is a 30-minute, yeah. And this will tell us the ranges, point wise, to trade to. 1, 2, 3. You can see the 1, 2, 3 by color code. So we've got the tools that will help you make your decisions on the website or on your desktop. And the reason you want JATS PT versus just a service standalone that will tell you one level on the close, not even on the open, and not even, that monthly one or the daily one. We can give you intraday one, we can give you Globex one, we can give you weekly, 7-day, 5-day, 3-day, anything you want. You can do it with JATS PT. Time and price will show you. Pick a time series, and we'll plot a distribution for you. All right. Talk to you soon. Thank you.